Okay, here we go. Everybody be kind. It's my first live. I'm going to give it a few minutes for people to sign in so we can do the demo on this little lovely item tonight. We got anybody on yet? Give it a couple of minutes. My name is Brenda Coates, and I run Magnolia Junction Decor. This is my second Facebook business page. I also have another one called Petals and Pearls, where I do custom handmade crochet items for the family. Blankets, hats, scarves, baby clothes. So that's another page you could go look as well on Facebook and on Etsy. We got anybody yet?
Got 2 people, including me. 3, excuse me.
Okay, got more people coming in.
Hi, Teresa and Linda.
Hey, Teresa. Hey, Linda.
Joy said, hey.
Hey, Joy. Thank you for joining me. I'm very nervous. This is my first time ever doing this, so I might get a little tongue-tied, which is funny because my mom always told me I never met a stranger. I can talk to anybody in the grocery store and Michael's and Hobby Lobby, no problem. This terrifies me. We got anybody else?
No, not yet.
Give it a few more minutes. I'll show you guys. I don't know if you can see. Lil, you want to turn the camera
You can see.
behind next to you?
What do you want to show? This?
Yeah, let me see. These are some of my cemetery flowers that I do. This is one. If you all saw my post on Sunday for the customer that stood me up, this was the custom order that I did for her dad in the blues. Can they see it?
Mm-hmm. Teresa says, don't be nervous.
So this was the blue one. This is for Valentine's Day. This is for available. Hand me that one there. My little homemade boxes to hold these in.
Don't like me.
Okay, take that one. This is another one. When I first bought these roses, I thought they were a pink color. And then when I got home, I noticed that they were more of a peachy pink. And this is a smaller one. It doesn't have anything for Valentine's, so it could be for Valentine's or just for anybody.
Teresa said they're beautiful, and Angie said hi from Michigan.
Hey, Angie. How's the weather in Michigan? We had good weather today. It was, put that back. It was in the 60s, but it was pouring down rain all day today. And then this is the other custom one that I did for the customer, and I love these roses. They're like a blood red, and it's got the little hearts in it. It was another custom order that I did. Can everybody see it?
I mean, it's kind of lagging behind.
Yeah, it's going to be, there's going to be a little bit of a delay. And then this is another one that I really like. This would be cute for like a little baby girl. Oh, don't fall. Don't fall.
I'll come and get it in a second if you'd like. Nope, you got it? Okay.
This one is pink. And it's the pink and white roses, and there's 13 pink roses and 13 white roses.
Is these the peachy ones?
That's the peachy ones.
Someone likes to see them closer.
Okay. Can you see, is that
Joy wanted to see the peachy ones a little closer.
good?
I think there's a lag. I think that should be good enough.
You could look on the phone. Okay, that's the peachy pink ones. And this one I sell for $35.
Joy said, wow. I guess she likes it.
Okay, take that one. This one is $40.
Linda said pretty.
Thank you. This one is $40. And the 2 other ones, the big ones, are $50. And like I said, these 3, actually the 2 are on my Etsy. The other 2 I have to add into the Etsy shop. Okay, how many people have we got now?
We got 10 people.
Okay, let's kind of get started. This is something that I've never worked with, this kind of a wreath before. So I was kind of trying it out, and you definitely need to have the metal picks. Some of these I tried to do, don't laugh, this is my one of my easels that I use when I paint. But for the little ones, I tip this upside down and it makes a perfect little hook. But I've noticed is that not using a pick on these, it doesn't really stick in there really good. So I started playing with this.
Jeanette said hello.
Hey, Jeanette. So I started kind of playing with this one. Oops, it's trying to tilt on me. With the picks and without the picks to see how it would do.
Joy says she has the same easel.
Does she? I want the big one. Now, I will tell you guys, I did find, if you go to the Floral Supply Syndicate, you have to have a business license. But if you message me, I'll tell you how to get around it. Because I did. Because that's where I got my ficus leaves. They come in batches of 12. And it was... What were they? They were cheaper than getting them at Hobby Lobby. The ones that are $4. These are the ones that I got from them. And these are like the $4 ones at Hobby Lobby. And they came out to like less than $1 a piece. They sell wreath easels anywhere from tabletop to 50 plus inches tall that you can use when you're doing your wreaths cheap. I think the one I looked at was 42 inches. Okay. It was 42 inches, and I think you got 5 or 6 in a pack, and it was like $15, and it's the metal ones. So, what was I getting to? See, I lost my train of thought. Okay, yes, my little marketing manager over here, my daughter Lily, who's telling me the questions that are coming through.
What store is that? Joy asks.
I found it online. It's Floral Supply Syndicate, FSS.com, I believe it was. And they won't even show you the prices unless you're registered.
I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Laverne Gill said hello, Brenda.
Laverne?
Laverne.
Hey, Laverne. Did the baby like their blanket? Laverne is one of my customers from Christmas that I made a baby blanket for a teacher at my daughter's school.
Oh, yeah.
That's Laverne.
I think I finally heard about which teacher it was.
Was it? Ask Laverne, what was the teacher's name again?
I think...
Was it Day, I think you said?
I know because Buffkin mentioned it. Buffkin mentioned going to the baby shower. Hi from Manitoba, Canada. Brenda.
Hello, Canada.
Brenda Brightnose.
Brenda Brightnose. Nice. Another Brenda. I know I was on Jessica's Wreaths live earlier, and there was like 3 or 4 of us. And that's a rare because we don't usually have a lot of Brendas. It's not a popular name. I was actually named after my father's ex-girlfriend. Yes, my mother let that go. Anybody else? Any other questions?
Miami in the house.
Hey, Miami. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale. A little town called North Lauderdale. Lived there till I was 19. And now up here, and we are in Donald, South Carolina. Which,
out in the middle of nowhere.
Out in the middle of nowhere. We're in what we call the upstate. If you look at the map of South Carolina, it's got the little corner. We're up in that corner. And if you go to Table Rock Mountain here in South Carolina, and you go to the top, which is a fun hike, you can see Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina.
Oh, you can see South Carolina if you're standing in
There's
South
5
Carolina.
states you can see. You can see all 5 states. I'm trying to remember what they were. Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. 1, 2,
I don't
3.
know.
There's 5. I don't remember what the 5, but I just know they say you can see 5 states.
Angie said Brenda was her mom's thing.
Well, that's an awesome thing.
Marcia said, hi, Brenda from Ohio. Jessica Betty said, hey, Brenda, sorry I'm late.
No, you're good. That's good. We haven't started yet. I've been kind of trying to stall a little bit to give everybody time to check in.
Yeah, 16 people.
Okay, that's good. That's a start. Okay, I'll probably do this a few times. Now, this is the handheld machine. It comes in a plastic container like this. When I got this was the only instructions.
Alabama.
Hey, Alabama. That's where my late husband was from. Was it Dolphin? Where was he from? I don't remember.
Linda said you're doing a great job.
Thank you, Linda. But this was the only instructions. Can anybody see this?
Give me a second. The lag is so severe. Yes, I can see.
Okay. This was the only instructions that came with it. And I literally sat for... How's that?
You are horrible. That should be good.
Okay, because it's going to be backwards. And I literally sat for 30 minutes looking at this thing going, why isn't it working? And I was getting frustrated thinking, oh God, I'm going to have to go to Hobby Lobby and spend $120. So I kept playing with it, and I figured out what I was doing wrong. So, here, it looks really weird. It looks, somebody told me today it looked medieval. What, baby? You can speak.
Would you like me to zoom in?
You can, so they can see it.
Up. This way a little.
That way. It's backwards.
No. I'm saying like right here.
Okay, how's that?
Yeah, there we go.
So it looks a little medieval. Can you zoom into like right here?
Give me a second.
And it comes with 200 picks. If y'all saw how we have my phone rigged, you would laugh so hard.
It's called styrofoam and an old tripod.
Because my daughter didn't want to sit and hold it for me.
I'm not sitting out here for an hour.
Okay, so and it comes with 200 of these picks, which sounds like a lot. I did the spring wreath. And a few in the red and the blue. And this is all I have left. I was actually going to do more of this last night, but I was afraid I'd run out. And I didn't go into town today. For us to go to Hobby Lobby, it's about a 30
drive?
No, it's about a 30. That's to go to Greenville.
Well, no, that's round trip.
Okay, so when you get this, you have to come tell me if they can see. When you get this,
Just a little. That's perfect.
okay, so when you get this, what you do is, first thing you have to do is just determine how you want your pick. How long do you want when you cut your stems off? You can do the little ones like these, which we've all seen Nick do these. And then you've got the bigger ones you can do.
Got a hello from California from Barbara.
Hey, Barbara, I was born in California, Redondo Beach. You've got ones like these. So what you do is you take your metal pick, and everybody says they're so sharp. Maybe I have tough fingers, because to me, the only part that's sharp is these little pointies that stick out. So you take it, and it's got a groove in it down the center. That groove goes up. It has this little thing, which I haven't figured out why it moves, but it has a little channel in it. So you take this, and you slide it through there till it stops. Now, it'll slide out sometimes.
Show it again, please. I'm going to zoom in.
Okay. Take this.
Couple little.
Can you see the little channel?
A little bit this way. I meant like turn, move up. A little bit this way. Up. Down. Just a little. Perfect. Stop.
Okay. So you take this and you can see it slides in there like that. Then you take your stem. Well, I'm going to have to because I have to hold it. So you're going to have to adjust the camera. Come over and adjust while I do this.
I don't want to mess it up and make that noise.
Okay, so then you take this and you just set it in that little groove in there, and you literally just squeeze it. I usually take the end of the table so I can get it good and tight.
Jessica said Hobby Lobby's 45 minutes away from her.
Oh.
How do you do it?
Well, I'm 45 minutes to an hour from Joann's and AC Moore. Joann's, I tend to do more of my yarn stuff at. AC Moore, I can get a little bit of both. I did buy these roses and the pink roses and some white roses at AC Moore a couple weeks ago. So see, now look, it's in. It's not going anywhere, and it will stick. I know, I have resting bitchy face.
I'm sorry for her language.
Now,
It's horrible.
I will tell you on these little smaller ones, something you're going to have to do. Ignore my ugly pink wire cutters. When you take it, once again, you're going to slide it in that little chamber. Then you're going to take your pick and you're going to set it in there, and you're going to say, oh, it doesn't work, and squeeze it as hard as you can. Now when you go to pull it out, be careful, because with these thin ones, because even the ones they sell at Hobby Lobby for the steel pick machine are the same size as these. These are the 2 and 7, what are they? I have to put my glasses down.
Hey, Margaret from Texas.
They're 2 and 1/8 size picks. They do make smaller ones, but even at Hobby Lobby, it's the same size. Now, sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. This one didn't. So what I'll do, excuse me, is I'll take my little metals wire clippers, and I'll just kind of give it a little bit of a pinch on these little round, where those little, what you're doing is, these are wrapping around the stem. And if the stem is too small for this, they want to slide out. I had one.
Jessica said the only thing she has in her town is a Walmart, and there are no selections there.
Ugh.
And then,
now I will say, I was in Walmart.
Hey Joy, it's called the what again?
Okay, it's called Quick Pick. It's a handheld pick machine, which is lightweight, compact, and portable. It's by Rhine. And I'll give you all the information that you can write down at the end. Now, what happens sometimes is when the stems are too thin, like we'll say on these tulips, and that's probably where this came from. See how this just kind of slides in and out? So what you do is you take, let me cut this first because I know that's going to be way too long. And you will find too that you think your stems are just the right length, and then you put this on and then they're too long.
Jeanette said she has nothing in her town. It has to go to surrounding town as close as 30 minutes. Hobby Lobby is about 40 minutes.
We're about 30 minutes from Hobby Lobby and Michael's. And our Michael's is very, very small. I get really frustrated because I go online and I see things, and then I go in the store and our store doesn't carry it.
TL Design said they love AC Moore.
Do they? See, I wish we had one. I love their flowers and stuff and their yarn. I love their wood department. I got some really cute little bird houses that I've been painting to put in wreaths, and some hearts. I got some wood hearts. So what you'll see how this is loose. So what you do is, and get this in without my glasses.
Thank you, Carisha Kosher, for sharing.
Yes, thank you for liking and sharing. So I take this, and I gotta put my glasses on.
You blind?
They're all fogged up too because I'm hot. I just give it a little, and sometimes it doesn't squeeze right, so you kind of gotta.
Margaret said, "Look how at ease you are. Good job."
And that's because my daughter was here. I think if I was here completely by myself, it'd be different. So it doesn't always look as pretty when you have to do it.
Thank you, Jeanette, for sharing.
That way. Let's see. Can everybody see that?
Down. Yeah, that should be good.
So it doesn't always look. And you'll see sometimes the little tab things will stick up. And then I just take my pliers. Can everybody see? Please let me know.
Jessica said you are doing awesome.
And if everybody could share this, that would be wonderful.
Donna Joy Williams order shared. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing, because I just started this page like maybe 2 weeks ago, because at one time, like I was saying in the beginning, if anybody missed it, I have 2 business pages. I have another business page called Petals and Pearls, and I started that one a few years ago. And on that one, I have handmade crochet items. I do baby blankets, as Laverne will tell you. I made one for her, for a good friend of hers' baby. And I do baby clothes, dresses, blankets, hats, scarves, booties, and I do custom work. I have some things on there, and I also do hair bows. Well, I had that page with all of that. Oh, nobody wants to see your dirty blanket. You can bring it in here and show. It's just really, she needs to wash it. This was like one of the first blankets that I did. And it's, you can see it, the white's not white because she needs to wash it. But this is one of the first crochet blankets I did. It's like a full size.
It's nice and heavy.
And she loves it because it's nice and warm. And that's why it's so dirty.
Joy Erica
but
done. So I believe she shared. Thank you, Joy.
Thank you. But I started putting my wreaths at Christmas and my cemetery flowers on there. And one of the things that I did get from Damon and from Bev at South Tex Creations, and from Lisa at, is it Kellum Creations? And a few other of the groups that I'm in.
Teresa said it's very pretty.
Thank you.
Margaret said those are a lot of work.
They are a lot of work. That one actually didn't take me that long.
She loves the colors. Jeanette said beautiful. Getting very good praise for
is that I needed to separate. I felt like, and even in my Etsy shop, I've now have 2 Etsy shops that people were getting slightly confused because was I doing this or was I doing that? So I have my hair bows, and I do Disney hair bows. And I can say Disney because my products are licensed. I buy licensed products. So I can say they are Disney. I know there's been some stuff going around the internet about saying, you know, if it's Disney or not, because Disney, it's copyrighted and they'll sue you.
Jessica
but what I heard is that if it's licensed product you're using, you're okay.
Jessica said that she loves Bev and Lisa too.
Thank you. Yes, I do too. Yes, I was watching Lisa last night. In the car. I have a bad habit. I'm a smoker, and I had went to the store to get a Starbucks and a pack of cigarettes, and I got a notice on my phone that Lisa had gone live, and I literally sat in the parking lot at the gas station for an hour. You know, I did for about an hour watching her, and then I set my phone down, and I had it playing through the Bluetooth in the car, set my phone down in the cubby, and finally drove home. It's only about a 10-minute drive, and then sat in the driveway and watched the rest of it. I like Lisa.
Jeanette said that she also loves Lisa.
Yes, I love Lisa. And I like Bev, too. I do like Bev. I'm trying to think who else do I watch. I've started watching, I can't remember her name. Is it Lewreaths? Lewreath. I think it's another lady out of Texas. She was on earlier. She does a lot of, I love grapevines. I'm not real big in the deco mesh. I don't think I've really kind of figured it out yet. So I like the grapevines. So does anybody else need me to show? I've been looking at the camera.
You're looking above the camera.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking there. Is that better?
Yes.
My daughter's critiquing me.
Because it looks like you're staring off into space.
Okay. Well, see, that's why sometimes I wished it was the other way so I could see what I'm doing. Instead of we're using the rear face on the camera instead of the front face on my phone.
I think we could do that, but yeah, we could if you want. But I don't feel like resetting it right
Okay, we won't. Next time we just know better. So does anybody else need me to show them again? Now, I'll show you the difference.
You got a lot of comments.
For example,
Angie said she loves it with the wreath. Jeanette said she loves grapevines herself. And Donna said loves with Lewreath. Love her too.
Yeah, I can't remember. Does anybody remember what her name is, though? I can't remember her name.
Is it hard to squeeze? You have pain in your hands.
No, it's like it's no harder than squeezing when you have a really thick wire and some of the, and some of the wire picks, like, hand me that big pink flower. See it right under the box. Yes, careful when you pull it. These are one of my favorite flowers. I think these are called...
Tommy said she just got on her show again.
Got on who?
Got on her show again. I'm assuming Love with Lewreath.
Okay. It's these really thick ones. So to me, it's not really squeezing, because some of these you really have to squeeze really, really hard. Okay, you can put that back. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with those. I actually bought those. I love Michael's flowers at the end of season. And I know a lot of the employees that work there, so don't tell anybody. Shh. They take care of me sometimes, and they know what I like, and they'll kind of bury it so when I can come in when it's at like 80-90% off. So it's really not any harder. Like I said, what I do sometimes, if I want to make sure it's good, is I'll just rest the handle on the table and just push down. I don't think you're squeezing any harder on this than you would. I've watched them, use the tabletop one. But like I said, I wanted one as soon as I saw the tabletops, but I just didn't want to spend the money. So when I knew it was Terry at Mill and Dill. That's where I found out about this. I was watching her do a video. I can't remember which one it was. I want to say it was one of her spring ones. And she was talking about, wire cutters and everything that you needed. And she was talking about a pick machine. And she pulled up this and she said, now this is the old kind of handheld pick machine that we used to use.
Jessica said it would be really pretty in that Easter grave piece you were talking about.
Is that Jessica from Jessica's Wreaths?
Jessica Betty?
I don't know her last name because I just know her from Jessica's Wreaths.
I'm assuming, let me check. Does she live...
I don't know where Texas, I think. I think everybody lives in Texas.
Because everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, everything's bigger than Texas. Hotter, more bugs.
Probably the same amount of bugs for us.
But, what was the question again?
The question was... Excuse me. That would be really pretty in that Easter grave piece you were talking about.
That big pink flower?
Yes, it is her.
Okay. Hey, Jessica, thank you for coming.
She's from Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. My brother and my son are in Nebraska, not too far from you. In Lincoln.
Margaret laughed at that. She enjoyed it.
That big... Were you talking about that big pink flower, Jessica?
I'm assuming so.
It's too... Hand it back to me. The problem with it for those kind of flowers...
It's too big.
It's not that it's too big. It's just too wispy. When I do the graves, if you notice...
You do very firm flowers.
Yeah, I need something a little fuller. See how these are a little stiffer? Because I'm also going to go back. I take these and I treat them. I have... Pardon me while I get up for a second. I use...
Her daughter lives in Bellevue, NE.
Nebraska?
Yeah, I guess.
I use this Krylon matte finish. It's a permanent protective matte finish, and it eliminates glossy sheen, non-yellowing, moisture resistant, and dries in minutes. And I use this when I spray the flowers as well as I spray the styrofoam to try to kind of seal it, because these are going to be outside in the elements. Take that. You can set it over next to you. Did you get to see those, Jessica? I don't know if you were here when I was showing them.
I'm pretty sure. She laughed about Texas, or Margaret laughed about Texas, not the answer about being hard to squeeze. She didn't think about that, is what Jessica said, about the wispiness.
Yeah. Did she get to see the other cemetery flowers that I showed?
Yeah, it's showing right now. Debbie said it looks like a peony flower. P-E-A-N-Y.
That's what they are. They're peonies, which is one of my favorite. Hydrangeas, peonies. I believe that's what they're called. And cabbage roses. I love, my poor dad right now. I did this at Christmas too. I have taken over the dining room.
No, she missed the ones you showed.
Okay, so this one here, this is a peachy one. And I sell this one here. This is one of my smaller ones.
Does the spray help with fading?
Yeah, it's supposed to. It's what it says, non-yellowing. It's supposed to help with fading and with moisture. So I call this a peachy pink one. And if whoever orders it, if they want it for Valentine's, I've got Valentine's things I can put in it. And I sell this one for $35. That's one of my smaller ones. Okay, hand me the blue one.
In my opinion, this one's gorgeous.
This is one of my larger ones. I have one that's larger that I'm getting ready to do.
Jessica
I have an order
said
from.
It's very pretty.
This is, if anybody, I'll say again, saw my rant on Facebook Sunday about the customer that stood me up. For those of you who don't know, I'll tell you. I had a lady contact me about a week and a half ago and asked me to make her 3 cemetery arrangements. She had seen my post on Facebook. What, baby?
Debbie called them a salmon color. Donna wanted to know, where can you post where you get the spray?
Anywhere. You can get it at, where did I put it?
Is it over there?
I think I got this at Hobby Lobby, but I've seen it at Michael's, Walmart, because it's just Krylon. I've seen it at Walmart sells it. So anywhere that sells like spray paint. This one, I think I got this one at Michael's.
Margaret said gorgeous.
Thank you. So the story is the lady contacted me. I had posted a red and white one, 2 different red and white ones, a pink one, and the peach one. And she wanted my larger ones for $50. And it was already made up. Everything was ready to go. She said she wanted 2 more. Well, I got excited. Yay, order of 3. And said that she needed one. The one that I had made up, she wanted for her mother. She wanted one for her father and one for her parents. The one for her father, she wanted in blue roses. So I actually got these at Hobby Lobby. So I went and got blue roses, little blue fillers to put in, and berries. And I had some red roses, and I had the hearts and stuff. So I made that one for her. Well, the other one that she wanted, there's that one, and I'll show you.
Jeanette wants to know, when doing cemetery wreaths, do you use just a normal wreath and just spray?
Okay, these aren't wreaths though. These are flowers. What it is, where I live at, most everybody that I've sold to, at the cemetery plot, in front of either the grave, the ground marker, or in front of the, I don't know, what do you call that? The one that stands up.
Gravestone?
Gravestone, I guess. They'll have like these metal vases that these set into. Now, if they don't have that, I'm using one to hold my leaves right now. I get these with a stake in the bottom, so they can just stake it in the ground. But most everybody doesn't need. I've only had 1 or 2 people that needed the actual vase with the stake. So what we get? So these are what was she asking again?
She wanted to know, with cemetery wreaths, do you like normal wreaths and just spray?
Yeah, I just take it like Lily did them for me. She took them out on our back porch because that Krylon stuff, tombstone, that's what they are. That Krylon stuff, it really smells. It smells like paint. It's really stinky.
I recommend after using it, spray it with a little bit of perfume.
Yeah, my daughter after, because I'll get to that in a minute, the spray part. So on this one here, she wanted red and white carnations for her parents. Go try to find red and white carnations. I went online and looked at Joann's, at AC Moore, at Michael's, and Hobby Lobby because I didn't have time to order any online. I even went to this is how I kind of got started. We have 2 big cemeteries by us, and across the street from the cemetery is a gas station who sells cemetery flowers. And I get my styrofoams from them. And I even asked her if she had any carnations, because I've bought some flowers from her before. She said, we don't really do carnations. So at Hobby Lobby, I got these beautiful blood red roses. And I had some of these little white flowers. And I did this one up for her. And then the other one that I sold. Well, so Sunday, she calls me Saturday. We're messaging through Facebook. She calls me on Saturday and says, we set up a time to meet. And now what I did for her they were 50 a piece. And I usually, if it's 1 to 20 miles, I'll deliver it for $5 or I'll meet you. 20 to 50 miles, it's $10. And that basically is just enough to cover my gas.
Joy said this is the part where you tell the customer she can choose X, Y, and Z from what you have in stock.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I already had one made, and the other 2 that she wanted were different, so I went to Hobby Lobby, and I spent, I got more than just that. But I spent like $80 getting flowers and supplies, and then I bought some other stuff too because they were having a sale. And bought, the stuff to make it. So Saturday she messaged me, yeah, we'll meet at 2 o'clock. About 1 o'clock, she calls me. Now, I had told her, because she was getting 3, because she said, I'm on a fixed income, and I really need 3. And I said, okay, instead of 50 a piece, and being 150 for 3, I'll do it for 125, and I'll meet you, and I won't charge you delivery. Because I was trying to be a good person and be nice. No problem. So about an hour before we're supposed to meet, I'm getting ready to leave. Lily starts doing the prep work on them for me. She takes them outside and starts spraying them to get it, because I don't spray them until they're sold. And then, like she was saying earlier, she takes a little of her, is that
Hello
Victoria's
Beautiful.
60?
No. Hello Beautiful from Bath and Body
Oh,
Works.
from Hello Beautiful from Bath and Body, and she'll give them a little spritz just so they don't smell so
They
bad.
smell like flowers.
And it
It's
smells like
smart.
roses, like flowers. So about an hour before I'm supposed to go meet the lady, she messaged me something on Facebook. It said 100 OB. I sent her back a question mark, and I didn't know what it was. So she called me through Messenger and said, I only have $100. Can you take that? I said, I can do 100 for 2, but I can't do 100 for 3. And she said, okay, can we meet tomorrow then, and I'll get the other 25? I said, okay, sure, no problem. So I get up Sunday morning. About 10 o'clock, I message her. We still meet today at 2 o'clock? Nothing. And I keep messaging her. Sent her, because we had been text messaging too. Sent her text messages. Nothing. And then I try to call her, and the most ugly, hateful person, sounded like her daughter probably, answered the phone and proceeded to tell me that she didn't know who I was talking about. So then I text the person the number that I had been talking to this lady on, and I get threatening vulgar text messages. And that's when I went on my rant on Facebook. So that was the backstory of how everything, and because of that, a lot of people have started following me too. And I appreciate that, because it's tough when people do you over like that. Well, because of Facebook and because of my rant, and me posting it, I did get, and I actually went back in Facebook Marketplace where I do sell a lot of these locally. I posted it, and I had a lady, I want to say her name was Marie or Mary, who I was talking to, and she was sending me pictures, because then the lady blocked me on Facebook, so I couldn't send her any more messages through Instant Messenger. I couldn't get on her page. I could get no contact with her on Facebook. So I posted the lady's name in my very long post on Facebook, and this lady stepped up and she said, "Here, is this her?" And she sent me a picture of her profile. I said, "Yeah, that's her." And I took that picture and I went back into Facebook Marketplace and I posted it with everything the lady had done. And because of that, the one that she had ordered that she didn't get, and another smaller one, a lady contacted me, and we went that night and met me and actually gave me more money, because it was a smaller one and a medium-sized one, and she actually gave me $50 for both of them and saved me. And then it talked to me about ordering my large $65 one. She needs 2 of those for Easter. So thank you to everybody on Facebook. Should we? Yes, and if everybody could like and share my page. To be honest, I had wrote it down that, where'd it go? Here it is. Last week, I'd been on my Facebook page, had been on for about 2 weeks maybe. My new Facebook page, business page, Magnolia Junction, I had about 25 followers. As of before this went on tonight, I now have 196. I want to thank everybody. I know last
That's
night,
double.
Yeah, Lily and I were looking last night before we went to bed, and I had what, 60
About
or
100.
70?
No, you had about 100.
Was I close to 100?
You had just hit 100.
That's right, I hit 100 because we did the post. She typed
TL
it.
Design said, "I've been burned twice in the past, but no more. New custom orders have been paid in full in advance before I start working on them.
Well, I did have a lady contact me Sunday. Well, she'd been kind of talking to me back and forth, and then Sunday we finally were able to meet up because she's a night owl like I am. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard my messenger go off, and because my laptop sits in my room by my bed, which is a mistake. And I got up, and she's like, "I'm a night owl, sorry." And we actually talked for about an hour, and I met her Monday, and she gave me a $60 deposit for an order of a large and a small one.
Thank you, Jeanette, Margaret, and Jessica for the woohoos and yays. Jessica says, it's tough, especially when you're a nice, compassionate person. It's easy to get taken advantage of.
Exactly. And that's me. You know, I was brought up, you treat people the way they treat you.
Thank you, Patty, for sharing.
Thank you for sharing, everybody. Thank you for liking. But yes, like I said, I was up to 196. I'm really trying to grow my business. I don't want to have to. I'm about to come into a situation where come September, October, if this isn't doing well, I'm going to have to go back to work full time. And I don't want to. I've been, since my husband passed away, able to stay home and take care of the kids. And this is the last one. She'll be 16 in September. So.
Connie said, hello from Idaho. Hello,
Hi,
Connie.
Idaho. Hi, Connie. Have a brother and my son, my oldest son, who'll be 30 in June, live in Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska. So I want to thank everybody for that. Did anybody else need me to show them again how this works?
Thank you, Jessica, for helping promote and sharing.
Thank you, Jessica. Any questions?
Just give it a minute to trickle in.
How many we got?
We got 45 people watching.
Way, thank you, 45, for my first one, folks. How am I doing? I tend to ramble when I'm nervous.
Patty said, so sorry for your loss. God bless you. Bia said, me.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll stop making noise. Any questions? Did anybody else want me to show them? How many people that are watching actually ordered one? Because I'm going to call Patty tomorrow.
There were 50, apparently Joy said. Thank you, Brenda Brightnose, for sharing. Thank you, Margaret, for sharing. Connie said, just joined. I would love to see again. I think Bia would
you like to see again?
Yeah, to be re-showed, probably what she said from Ring.
Okay.
Donna said Memorial Weekend should be big for you. Bobby said, yes, please show again.
Okay.
Brenda said, yes, please show it again. There's another Brenda in here.
Yay.
Shelby said, yes, show us again. I came in late. TL Design
That's
said,
fine.
I haven't gone live yet, but you're doing so good. Debbie said, hang in there.
Yeah, because I'm not really doing a wreath yet. Now, I want to show y'all real quick. If I can pick it up.
I'll help you.
You're going to have to go over here and show me what everybody can see. This is the one Jessica was talking about earlier. This is the wreath that I just recently posted. I'm probably too close. Sorry for the squeak. That's the styrofoam. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
So this is the wreath that I just posted. Is it Rocky?
No, it's Chloe. Don't hear the scratching?
Come on, Chloe. This here, I don't want to knock anything over.
You can't really see the sign that well.
Okay, here's.
There you go.
There's the sign. I love the sign. I was at Hobby Lobby trying to find different signs. Or I could leave it. I can see now. Put that back down so I can see. I know. Put it down there so I can see.
I'm also trying to see the comments.
Oh, okay.
Awesome, beautiful, love, love, love it, beautiful, wow, beautiful. I ordered one today. Thank you, Marcia Miller, for ordering. Connie said, very pretty. Jeanette said, so pretty. Donna said, you're doing great. Just so far positive comments. Yes, my name is pronounced B. Okay. Haven't ordered yet, but will. Love this and so much affordable than tabletop.
Yes, it is very much affordable.
Let's see, there's a lag.
Okay. So this, I was trying to find a sign, and I had looked at Hobby Lobby online for some signs to put in a spring wreath. So heavy, too.
It doesn't look that heavy.
It is heavy.
Maybe you're just weak.
Thank you. Ooh, don't fall. And our Hobby Lobby doesn't carry a lot of signs. And I came across this one. And this is the one Jessica, or that was Lisa I was telling last night. It's probably a good 2.5 inches thick.
Phyllis said beautiful. Joy said that is so pretty.
Oh, Sharon, it's for sale. I've got it listed on Etsy for $125.
Debbie would like to know what the base of that wreath is.
It's a grapevine with lots of greens. I tend to like to overdo greens. You can see I just started this one. That wreath, when I was done with the greens, would have been good enough how it was. Okay. So, and definitely with the grapevines, you definitely need a pick. With some of this one here was so hard to get even with the picks on it. Okay. So, to tell me the lag to catch up. Up, she's got to get up again.
Up a little?
Why don't you just move the chair back there?
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Watch out for the kitty food.
I don't care anymore. Okay. Up. Yes.
Okay, so for everybody that's just tuning in, this is what this medieval contraption looks like. It's got glue all over it. So this is what your picks. And everybody talks about, I know on Nick and Terry and them, they talk about, and Bev, how sharp. To me, maybe I just have tough fingers. Stop. Have tough fingers because they're not that sharp. These are a little pokey. Little pokey. The tongue tied. Need a drink. And I'm so hot. Hormones. You know that age, ladies?
No, I'm sorry.
Ladies, you know that what I'm talking about.
No,
hormones.
Please. No, please.
Okay. When you look at this pick, it's got like a little groove down the center, and then it raises up a little bit in the back. When you put it in, you want this little channel right here. That's going to go up. You're going to take this, if you can see it, and you're going to slide. I'm going to try to do this without looking. It's got like a little place in this that it's...
Give it a second to focus. It doesn't want to. Put your hand behind it so it focuses. After people do the makeup.
Yeah, but I have to use both my hands.
Well, find a way.
Maybe I just got too close. Is that better?
Good.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so you take this. Look, I'm not even watching. And you slide that in. It won't go any farther. Then you take your item.
Tamala said, "Oh, Kitty, yeah, she must hear Chloe."
Oh, yes, she must hear Chloe. She's our talker. And you take, Chloe, stop.
She wants to be online.
And you take this and you just set it in that little groove. And you can go farther than this. You can adjust, where you want it. I tend to go just to the end of the little brown thing. And you literally just take it and you squeeze it. Now, I will sometimes take the end of the table and just give it a squeeze. And then you pull it out. And there you have it. Now I can do the hand behind it. And there you have it. And you can see it's attached. Now I'll show you what happens on these little thin ones that come off of these. Oh, Bridget.
No, Tamla, it's not a Siamese kitty. That's
She's a Maine Coon. My other cat, she's kind of like a long-haired Siamese. She likes. She likes to get in here at night and play with my flowers. These little ficus.
Oh, how much is this one?
This here.
I'm assuming the hand pick.
You talking about the handheld pick?
Yeah. Phyllis, can you specify, please? Thank you.
These little ficus things. For those that miss, I got these online at Floral Supply Syndicate. If you send me a private message, I will tell you how to get them because you get 12. I want to say it was, I'd have to pull my invoice up.
So the hand pick
was like 12 for $12. These are the $4 ones from Hobby Lobby that even at half off, they're 2 a piece. These were less than $1 a piece. Maybe it was $9 for 12. So, and these are the ones that this came from.
That she has never seen that tool. It's pretty cool.
I hadn't either.
Phyllis wants to know how much the pick is.
The handheld pick thing is $33. It's $33 for this. And she charges, the shipping was $7.70. I pulled my bill up today. The name of the company is Robinson Wholesale South. Their website is wholesalesouth.net, and the lady's name is Patty Robinson. When I talked to her yesterday, she said they were having some problems with their website because I tried to go to wholesalesouth.net and I got an error from Google.
I went ahead in the chat and posted the name of the company, Robinson Wholesale South. I'm guessing it's how it sounds.
It is. And the lady is Patty Robinson. Their phone number is 334-684-3379. And I'll double check on that. 3379. And it was $33, $7.70. My total bill.
Thank you, Connie, for sharing.
Thank you for sharing was $40.70. Now, Hobby Lobby's is $199, and she carries the tabletop. When I talked to her, hers is over $300. Yes, very expensive. Now, if you go to wholesalesouth.net, when you pull the page up, wish there was a way I could pull the page up. When you pull the page up, on the left-hand side, wholesale.net, not .com, .net, N-E-T.
Do you have to have the tax ID?
You do not. She will give you a wholesale price if you have one, but you don't. When you pull the page up, it's going to have a list of all the different kinds of things that she carries. If you go down, it says, I think it says pick machine or pick supplies on the left-hand side. You click on it, and it brings up this and the tabletop one.
Thank you, Patty, for watching. We wouldn't be here without you.
Yes, thank you very much. We wouldn't be here without you.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for the lesson. I have one, but I've never known how to use it. Now I will.
Bobby, are you the one that messaged me or was posting earlier that you had one and didn't know how to use it?
BOBBIPHOLI. Wholesale price is less than $33?
I think she said it was like 26 and change. Not a big difference. Enough that it pretty much covers your shipping. So, but you know, think about it. Hobby Lobby is $199 before tax. You get a 40% off coupon, so that brings it down to $120, and then you got to pay tax, and you know each state is different. So for us,
7%.
Are we 7% now? We just went to 7%.
We've always been 7%.
No, we were 6%. It just went up last year.
I was doing 7%, and when we were doing it in 6th grade, we were learning about tax. We did 7%.
Well, you did it wrong because it just went to 7%.
Excuse me.
But whatever your sales tax is going to be, you know.
No, it's not the Bobby you're thinking of. He came in late.
Oh, okay. Oh, this was a lady that I spoke to. Chloe's chasing air again. So you're still looking, say, at least $130, I would think. I don't know, Lily, what's 120 times 7%?
120 times 7%?
Mm-hmm. Times 0.07.
It's 8.4. So $8.40?
So you're looking at $128 and, what'd you say, 4 cents? If your sales tax
40 cents.
40 cents, if your sales tax is only 7%. And I know some parts of the country, it's a lot higher. This is $33 with shipping. Don't charge your tax. $40.70.
She's playing with a sock.
Now let me show you on these here what to do if this little stem like this is small, because it comes with 2 1/8 size. Oops, that's me. I'm always dropping stuff. 2 1/8 size metal picks, and the ones that they carry at Hobby Lobby for the steel picks machine are the same size, so they'll work in it as well. They do make smaller ones. I just haven't looked for them yet. So again, we're going to take this. We're going to, can you see? You take this, and sometimes I think that's what this, because this thing moves, and I'm still not sure why it moves, and I think that's why. So we're going to take this, and we're going to, well, maybe not.
Mom, did you break it?
No, there we go. Slide it in. Now, it will poke you, but slide it in. And with this small one, we're going to take it, and we're going to set it, and we're going to squeeze it as hard as we can. Those I squeeze extra hard. But you can see, look, see one of them didn't go around it. It actually went in pretty snug. I've had some that when I go to pull it out, the stem comes out and it stays in. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll slide it back in. I'll try to make sure that little piece is kind of in there. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see that right in there it's still open. So I'll try to squeeze it again. And there it went around it. Now, if they do get where they want to slide out, what I do sometimes as a trick is I don't slide this through here. I'll just set it on top of it and set it in there and then squeeze. And sometimes that'll, you can play with it, manipulate it, or you can take your wire cutters and just kind of give it a little squeeze. And that'll tighten it around it as well. And then you take, oops.
Hey, thank you for 51 people watching.
Thank you, everybody. And then you'll see, you take this here, and you dip them in your glue pot, and then they just slide into either your grapevine, or they'll slide into, your styrofoam, or whatever you're working on. And I know a lot of people were looking at glue pots. Oh, before I forget, one more thing. Big stems like this. You can see. See, this is, can they see? Look at the camera.
Yeah.
See how that stem is
Tamara
really...
says she's watching from Oregon.
Hey, Oregon. I bet it's nice and cool there. It's got really big stem. What I do is, I don't use my good scissors. Where's my cheap scissors? Here they are. I take my little cheap scissors. Is that Winston?
No, I don't know who that was.
And I'll take them and I'll kind of cut this down just a little bit. Just because it is so thick. Just take a little bit off of it. Can people see when I go this way?
No. Let me zoom out.
Zoom out. Okay. So I'll take just, I'll just take and I'll cut just a little bit off of that.
The high was 50 today in Oregon.
We were warmer here, but God, it rained. I come out of my room. We stay with, since my mom passed away in 2014, my daughter and I, we stay here with my dad to kind of keep him company and stuff. But I'm in a little tiny,
Eileen's watching from New Mexico.
Ooh.
And Greg is new.
Hey, Greg, I'm new too. So I have a really small room, and I stay in there, and he stays in his room.
I'm at school.
And she's at school. But I come out of my room this afternoon. I was on Facebook and answering questions and trying to get ready for this. And I come out at about 1:30. I come out to get something to drink in the kitchen. And I thought, why is it so dark in here? Because we have this huge sliding glass window. And it was like Lord just opened up the buckets. It was just pouring down rain.
At 10 o'clock on the bottom floor of the school building, I could hear the rain outside.
Yeah, that's scary.
That was horrible.
Yeah, and when I looked out in the yard, it looked like we had about 3 inches. There was puddles. The whole yard looked like a river. Okay, so once again, up, down. You don't have to zoom in.
I want to make sure they can see it. Tiny bit this way. Yes.
Okay, so once again, we're going to take... Now I'm trying to do this.
You're not in.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to do it from feel. That's what he said.
Mother.
Sorry. Hey, I have a sense of humor. Most people have a sense of humor.
Tamala said, OMG, sunny here. Another Irene, said, hi from Victoria, Texas.
Yeah, a lot of people from Texas do Reese. Okay, can we see?
Because Reese are bigger than Texas.
Yeah, down.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so once again, we're just going to slide that in. Now, this one you won't have to squeeze as hard, because this is so big. So I'm going to set it in there, and I'm literally going to just squeeze it. And then watch, when I go to pull it out, I'm going to have to wiggle it, because it's
Wiggle.
And see, the thing didn't close.
Come on, Mom.
You know I have butter fingers. I swear the older I get, the more I drop stuff.
Dropping the ball on us here.
I almost dropped that. So I'm going to slide it back in.
Don't appreciate my amazing pun.
And then just give it another squeeze. Did that get it? Yep, and that got it. And you can see now, well, kind of. See, it's sticking up just a little bit. If anybody can see that little bit,
it's
trying to stick up.
Me zoom out. There it goes.
It's sticking up just a little bit. So once again, I just take my little pliers, my little wire cutters.
Hi from Ohio.
Hey, Ohio. That's where my daddy's from. And just give it. And because these are so thick too, I like to give them, the thick and the thin ones, I like to give another little squeeze to them. Because you can see it didn't even go around this top one because it's so thick. So I just pinch it. I mean, you'll get out there. Anybody that ordered one, you'll get it. You'll play with it. This is all. I've never used one of these before. This is all just me playing with it, trying it out. But I'm telling you, it's worth $33. Now, the downside to this versus the tabletop. The tabletop, so you take all of these, and they just, all these little picks, and they literally stack in there. You slide it in, boom, and you're done. If you're trying to be fast and quick, tabletop's the way to go. What I tend to do is, if I know I'm going to use certain things, is I have like a cup or a bucket, and I'll sit here and watch TV and see, all of these have picks on them.
That looks like a suspicious murder.
Yeah, my daughter looks like a murder.
Greenville, Texas is loving your show. How often are you on? Do you
this
notify
is my
your followers?
Well, who said that from Greenville, Texas?
B, I'm sorry.
B, this is my very, very first live.
And we do try to warn the night ahead about
yes,
I
had somebody message me earlier and said, hey, are you going to send out, you're going live alert. And I didn't know anything about it, how to do it. I know I get them from Damon. I'll get them from Lisa.
I'm pretty sure if you just put a status update, so.
No, it's a message type thing. Well, I know that Parker was on earlier for if anybody that's on Damon's Inner Circle. And I asked him, and he messaged, Damon was on there and said something about mini chat. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I did a quick...
If anyone knows, just go ahead and either message.
If Jessica's on there, or is Lisa from Kellum Creations is on?
Jessica's on. First
Jessica,
of all, congrats. Thank you, Connie, for sharing again.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing. Jessica, do you do the alert? Like people can sign up to get an alert or a notification when you're going to go live? Like Damon does.
If anyone else does know, just go ahead and message Magnolia Junction Decor, Petals and Pearls. I'm in the chat.
My email address, if anybody wanted to contact me by email, is real easy. It's contact@magnoliajunction@yahoo.com. My other business is contact@petalsandpearls@yahoo.com. So.
Seal Design said it's mini chats. It's in our training. We will cover it in boot camp.
Yeah, that's another thing I'm waiting for. I just signed up with Damon for Inside the Reef Chateau and for his Inner Circle.
Jessica says she
about the middle of January.
Jessica says she hasn't set up hers yet.
Okay. In the middle of January. So, and I feel really kind of
Thank you,
lost
Brenda.
And frustrated. Thank you.
She said, we are great together.
Yes. I'm really kind of lost and frustrated. So when he talked about doing the boot camp, I was like, yay, one place. Because I look at these posts, and I know he did one post where, yes, I know, I don't smile. I have resting bitchy face, sorry.
Vulgar.
And he did one post where he was going through and looking at people's Facebook pages and their Etsy pages, and it was 4 hours long. I don't have 4 hours to sit and just watch Damon critique other people's pages.
Teal Design said they just joined too and they cannot wait to learn.
Yes, so I'm ready for the boot camp so we can kind of get in there and figure out what's going on. Like I said, the one thing I've gotten so far was I've separated my two businesses. So I have a Facebook business page for each type of business. I have Petals and Pearls. I have Magnolia Junction, which is odd. The way that I came up with the name was really kind of different. I know we live on Old Shoals Junction Road.
Yeah, just give out our address, Mom.
I didn't give out the house number. I just gave out the road. And Old Shoals Junction is a long road.
Guess imitation.
And I knew I wanted to do something with Junction. I thought, Junction, what can I do? And I love magnolias. We have a magnolia in our backyard.
That's what that thing is?
The one right here,
Hi.
outside the kitchen window.
Jessica said, don't worry, I just joined the end of December. The boot camp will be awesome. And then she said it was only about 2 hours of critiques. The rest was Q&A.
Was
so
it?
You missed something.
Yeah, I just know I saw at the bottom it was over 4 hours. And he was going through people's pages, and I thought, I can't sit here for 4 hours.
Tamala also said, RBF, well, I live near the Skulls Ferry.
Is anybody that's watching, do what now?
She lives near Schools Ferry Road, SCHOLLS. Ferry Road.
Around here?
Not entirely sure.
Oh, okay. Is anybody in Julie Shamako's? That's the other one. If I can say her name correctly, from Southern Charm Reefs. She is the very, very, very first person I found her on YouTube. And I just started watching her. Because I've been making wreaths.
Yeah, I was in Oregon.
Oh, okay. I've been making wreaths and doing flower arrangements for 20 plus years. When my husband was alive, our house at Christmas used to look like Christmastown. I mean, literally everything was decorated. And just started really selling them about 2 years ago, getting into it and selling it. Any questions? Because I feel like I'm just kind of rambling and wasting people's time now.
Well, I mean, they wanted to know what the name of the other business is.
Petals and Pearls. If you search for it on Facebook, you have to do X. No, it's on Facebook, it's Petals and Pearls X. I'm also on Instagram too. It's Magnolia _Junction _decor. Petals and Pearls on Instagram is X Petals and Pearls. I'm on Instagram as well for both of those. And the Etsy, I think it's Petals and Pearls. No, I take that back. Instagram.
You're all over the place.
I know, because my mind is going.
Pat said hi from South Georgia. Connie said, what are you making? Tamla wants to know what kind of business.
Okay, the Magnolia Junction, you can find me on Instagram at Magnolia _Junction _decor. On the Facebook, it's Magnolia Junction Decor. I'm doing the wreaths. I do cemetery flowers, floral arrangements. I'm getting ready to do some with Valentine's is next week.
Yeah.
A week from today. So I'm going to start hustling up. I've got some real pretty vases to do roses in and let the fellas here locally, instead of spending all their money on flowers that die, buy some beautiful silk flowers. They'll last forever.
Remember how you said we wouldn't go an hour? It's
I know.
10:08.
I know it is. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. The wreaths and things, I am in love with farmhouse and that rustic. I was showing my dad the other day a video for Home Talk where they did imitation shiplap, and I want to do the whole house in it. No, so please. I want to get in. I also do, Lily, go grab my mason jars.
Oh, God.
Some mason jars. So I'm trying to get into more like decor type stuff. I don't want to, that's delay. It's kind of freaky. Decor, home decor type stuff. So I'm coming up with different things to make for the house. And I love that kind of, not really shabby chic, but that rustic farmhouse.
Gothic farmhouse, yes. You could even say.
Oh, here's my little birdhouses. But like I did these. And I've got these that I've made. I mean, they're just the ball jars that I've done. And I've got some twine to put on them, and you can use them for that. I actually bought them to do flower arrangements in. I love these big ball jars to do. And I've got some pinks and some blues and some purples. And these are the little birdhouses from AC Moore.
Connie said that she also loves farmhouse.
Yes. So I'm trying to get more into that farmhouse and do that on the decor store, whereas Petals and Pearls, which is on Instagram, is Petals and Pearls 15. On Facebook, it's Petals and Pearls X. What, baby?
I tagged Petals and Pearls in the chat for Facebook.
Okay.
The Instagram is for Magnolia Junctions in the chat.
Okay.
And I'm about to put in Petals and Pearls 15.
It's on Instagram is Petals and Pearls 15. And that one I do, is Laverne still on? I did do baby blankets, Afghans, crocheted items, handmade crocheted items, as well as handmade hair bows, Disney theme. I really like doing my Disney hair bows. I should have brought some up with me. I didn't think about it. If you look on my Facebook page and on my Etsy shop, you'll see some of my baby items. I've made their little 3-piece sets, and it's a little dress for little girls with the cardigan, and some have hats, and some have little headbands that go with them. 0 to size 4T, I've done sweaters. I can't say Disney on this one, a pink sweater that I've done in blue as well, and it's got a mouse head on it. And I did a boy in blue with just the mouse head. And then the other one is a pink one with the mouse head and a pink bow on it, and I did matching hats to go with it. So I do a little bit of everything. I love doing crafts. I love doing renovations. The house we used to live in before my mom passed away, I literally went through and renovated it. Even though it was a rental house, we were there 8 years. Did everything but the kitchen and our bedrooms.
You did the kitchen?
Well, we didn't really we painted the cabinets, but it really needed to be gutted. It needed new cabinets and it needed new floors. We painted the walls and painted the cabinets and put furniture and stuff in there and decorated. It took all the wallpaper. The house was built in 1932, and it had layers and layers and layers of wallpaper. So we took all the wallpaper down. So, any questions? If anybody has any questions about either Magnolia Junction or Petals and Pearls, I do custom. Love doing custom work. I just know now I get a deposit up front. But if anybody has any questions, you can contact me. If you look on the page, my phone number, which is my cell phone, you can text me, you can call me, you can email me, you can post, you can just any questions, contact me. And once again, you want to get a hold of, because we're getting off subject, Robinson Wholesale South. The web address is wholesaleSouth.net. The lady's name is Patty Robinson. She's super, super sweet. I talked to her yesterday after the first post went out about it, when we were up to 1,500 people had seen the post. When I looked at it this afternoon, it was up to almost 5,000 people had seen it.
Ina wants to know, are you going to post this on your Facebook page?
Yes, this will be on the Facebook page. What?
I have no idea how to do that.
Does anybody know, Jessica, if you're still there, tell me, how do I share this on my Facebook page afterwards?
It sounds like you're summoning a demon.
Because I don't know. This is our first one. I didn't think I'd be doing these yet. When I talked to Patty, I said, look, I've had over 1,600 people have viewed the post that I put out. Be prepared. She said, well, I've got 70 in stock and I can get more. When I checked it this afternoon, it was like 4,600 people had seen the post. So if you haven't gotten one, you need to hurry up and get one if they're not sold out. Call Patty, 334-684-3379. Tell her Brenda Coates, C-O-A-T-S, sent you. It's
3379?
Yep. It's $33. It's $7.70 for shipping. So it's a total of $40.70. Any more questions? And maybe I'll jump back on over the weekend, or...
God, please no.
Well, now that I don't need you, I know I can do this by myself.
Yeah, you
I can do it during the day, possibly.
Really be able to read comments. Well, maybe.
Yeah, if I flip it over, I'll be able to kind of... And I can put my laptop on the table.
You've also got, like, no eyesight, though. None whatsoever.
If I put my laptop and make it big, I can see it. I know, contacts and glasses.
When you're done, push the finish button. It'll give you the option to keep or post or delete it. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Jessica, so much. Okay, you're awesome. How did I do, Jessica? She's wanting to go. She's got to go to bed. She's got school tomorrow. So I might come back and once I figure out exactly. I've been looking. I know it's terrible. We all do this for inspiration. Looking at pictures of different people's, wreaths to get ideas. I bought these a couple years ago. The Michael's tulips, but
years ago.
About 2 years. 2 years ago, I bought these. They've been packed up in storage
2 years
with all the moving we've been doing.
You've been keeping a hold of those for 2 years.
Half of those sitting in there I've had for 2 years.
Oh my God.
But when the first thing with the tulip wreaths first came out and everybody was doing them, I got what I could. I couldn't get my hands on enough. It was the end of the season.
Jessica says you're doing an awesome job tonight.
And I actually sat and I watched Julie's video on YouTube just to make sure I remembered how to do it. And I wrapped the styrofoam and I had my picks and I started putting them on there. And I just didn't like the way that it looked. Maybe it's the color. So I was trying to figure out how to do something, with sticking them. Can people see this? Baby, I need you to be my eyes.
Yeah.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out somehow to do, something in this and do a smaller wreath.
Teresa said you did great.
Because a lot of people liked my big one, but they just didn't like the price. So I'm trying to do maybe a smaller priced one. Okay, I know it's 10:15. My eyes are dry.
Get my daily nap.
I haven't even had anything to eat yet. I cooked dinner for you and Papa, but I haven't eaten yet.
I haven't got my daily nap today.
Our grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and hamburger soup. Any more questions?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end this for the evening. Thumbs up. Share. Follow. Please follow my page. I'm really trying to grow it. Share to your friends, please. Especially the wreath. Share my page so they can see this wreath and more to come, as well as the cemetery flowers. I do ship. I haven't found boxes yet, but I can get boxes, make boxes. I can ship them. I'm also trying to work out with a website so that I can work with local and cemeteries across the country, that we can deliver flowers to your loved one's cemetery, even if you don't live in the same state or the same area, and have the cemeteries place the flowers on the graves for you.
Go ahead and message us.
Just message me.
I'll do it
Come
during the
peek in
day.
so everybody can see you, Lily.
No makeup. Don't.
I don't have makeup. I didn't do nothing.
Good for you.
Okay, everybody. Thank you. Good night. Thank you for all the love and support for my very first live video. Show them the wreath one more time.
There's the wreath. Oh, there's our setup.
Yeah, see, that's my setup. Here, I'll hold it now.
I'll tell people problems. Nah, you're not holding this. I trust you.
She won't let me hold it because she knows I'll get her in it.
And here's some of the ones that she's been working on.
And don't laugh when you turn to show them the flowers on the floor that I still have my Christmas tree up. I have back issues.
Who has time for that?
I have back issues.
Let's just keep it up until next year. I don't care.
And
it's so pretty. Look at it.
I haven't taken my tree down yet.
Who cares? I don't.
Thank you, guys. Have a good evening. Bye.